Hello, 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 and good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Kiss Corner. I am Cassandra Williams, aka Coach Kiss, mwah, and
Mhm.
I am so glad to have you join us this evening. So you see me looking down. First of all, I don't want you guys to think that like I'm crazy or nothing. We teching. Uh,
Yes, we are. We are. Sorry, I'm looking down too, huh? Okay, I'm on there.
so
Comments are disabled.
let's see, guys.
Do
So
you
for
see me on
those of
there?
you who hold on, those of you who are joining from my Facebook group, you're just seeing me. But if you are joining us live or in replay on the Empowered Voices Network, then you're seeing both me and PJ, which is why I said we're tagging right now, but that's okay. Uh,
Okay. I'm trying to get in there. I'm trying to get in there.
Ah, so anyway, without any further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get us started. Like I said, we tech in a bit. I'm trying to see really quickly.
She's trying to see on my end if anyone on this end. She's trying to see how she can get me onto her Facebook so that we're doing some what did you call it? Into it. I know the word.
What did I say? Is in ingenuity or something.
Ingenuity. We're trying to be ingenuitive right now.
And the thing is, right, like guys, I know how to do it, but typically I've always come live on my phone. So it shows me exactly how I can do it on my phone. This is my first time having to try this part on my laptop. And so that's why I'm like, and we're trying to get this right so that, I'm not looking sane on one page and crazy
That's
on the.
okay. So whatever your answers are, I'm gonna type it into my. They're gonna see me on my phone like this. I'm gonna
But
be typing
I
the
guess it's
answers.
no different on Facebook, like when before you came on, right? Like I'm talking and I'm responding to the live comments. So, and that's not necessarily always in exact real time. Like there's a little bit of a lag, but you only see
Yeah.
it on the screen. So I guess in a
Is there
sense,
anywhere that says invite to live or
it's
share?
not
I
showing
see
me.
the stars. I be trying to find out how to do them stars too. Oh, that's something totally different. Y'all don't listen to me. This is fun
All
day.
right.
This is fun day. This.
I know, like we are learning and moving, but I am going to I see a bunch of stuff. All right, guys, you know what? We just gonna keep it popping. I'll
Just
just be
keep it
looking
popping.
on
That's
one page.
okay.
It'll be the two of us on one page and not on the other, and that's okay. As long as we are here to get the message across, it really
That's
doesn't
it.
matter in the long run, right? So
And you
if
can
you
relay my answers as well. So then we'll
Yes,
say that.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, because yeah, and like I can speak to it and we're good. We're good. All right.
Hmm.
So, because like I said again on Facebook, it's no different than people typing in their comments and then me reading them out loud.
Yeah,
So,
that's what.
I,
Oh, that's
I
fine.
have to remember though to like kind of repeat some of the things that you're saying because it's only showing up on one end. All right, guys. So we are. Hold on. Wait. Let me see if I just because now I see you here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we
You
go.
found me? Because
Yep.
now I can't see you. I went on my laptop.
It told me to invite you, and I invited you.
Okay. Okay,
Yes.
let's see if I can see.
Okay. I
Oh, wait,
invited
that's
you.
the wrong thing. Let's see.
Okay,
I
y'all.
don't
We
have his
almost.
number.
If we can
Let's
get
see.
it, we can get it. And if we can't, we can ready to move on because today is very light-hearted.
Now it's not letting me see the.
You don't see the request?
I don't see the request, but you know what? Let me refresh my computer. Let's
Okay.
go ahead and get started while I
All
try to
right.
refresh my computer. You're the important one here. Well, we're both important, but you
Well,
know,
we're both important.
we're
And
both important.
I just resent it too, just so you know. All
Okay.
right, so guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. So thank you for your patience with that. Again, let me start it over. So my name is Cassandra Williams, aka Coach Kiss, mwah,
Mwah.
and you are joining us this evening at the Kiss Corner, you have my girlfriend, my ace over here, PJ Jones, is with me.
Hi.
She is my executive producer. Ooh. And
Sound all professional.
for those of you, especially if you're seeing me on the Empowered Voices Network on YouTube, and so we are collaborating to just get the word out on healing, empowerment, and support across the board, right? So that's kind of the foundation. Now, let me give you the basis of the Kiss Corner very specifically. It is a safe space that has been provided and set up for people, women like me, right, who have come out of very toxic relationships and are now positioning ourselves in a way where you are ready to do the work to elevate to a higher level. And so, in short, that's the cornerstone of the Kiss Corner, right? So if you are joining us live, thank you so much. If you're joining us in replay, especially on that Facebook, give us a hashtag replay. In YouTube, you can give us replay as well, just so we know who's getting us live and who's coming back to us to catch us in the replay. And so if you're new to us, the last Thursday of every month, because the Kiss Corner airs live every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the last Thursday is very lighthearted, very quirky, get some laughs in, let your hair down, because the rest of the month is, it can be pretty heavy. You get some funnies here and there, but for the most part, it's grown folk stuff and talking about life and all that type of stuff. So I always try to close it out and just do some woosah and bring it down and, kind of relax it a bit, if you will. So last month when I came on at the end, I did a game, if you will, kiss it or diss it, right? So we give you the scenarios, we're going to kiss it, we're going to diss it, and you give your explanations why. So we're going to do a part two. I promised that PJ and I had a good time. And so I promised that I would come back and do a part two this month. I don't know, PJ. Maybe we'll just make all of our last Thursdays like you and
We
I.
can. I'm down. I'm down. Y'all might not hear me on Facebook, but I'm saying I'm down.
That's right. So PJ is agreeing in Facebook land, right? He's agreeing that, maybe we'll just do these Thursdays because I think between the two of us and everybody, for what it's worth, right? You can just use a moment to just get some little ha ha he he, some kikis and have some fun. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get us started. So what I will say is I have like 3 or 4 segments of questions. And what I mean by that is they're just, in different categories, if you will. So they're not going to all be the same. And I'm going to mix it up a little bit. All right. You ready, PJ?
I'm ready.
All right. Facebook, you ready? YouTube, you ready? Let's go. So we're going to keep this real quick, though. We're going to get some laughs in and bring it on out. All right. So first scenario. This one is the segment is the Cubicle Chronicles, right? Workplace woes. First scenario is the lunch thief. So your leftover lunch is missing from the work refrigerator, and someone has the audacity to leave the empty Tupperware behind. Kiss or diss? Would you call a staff meeting or booby trap your lunch the next time?
We just had this conversation. We just had this conversation about my temper, didn't we? We're not waiting. I'm not booby trapping nothing. I'm gonna walk out of the lunchroom with my Tupperware in my hand, and I'm gonna start looking at cubicles at somebody to see who's munching on it. I cook, Cassandra. I cook. So if somebody went and took my food and my leftovers, we gonna have a problem because I wouldn't put my foot up in there. I prepared it. I put it all together.
So y'all
I'm calling the staff,
cooks, right? Because I got to get Facebook in on the lab.
Go ahead.
Look, so she's like, oh, nah. Like, I'm going to
I'm
see
looking at cubicles.
where I don't put my foot into this. I'm checking it out to see who got what because it's about to be on and popping.
Staff meeting.
She
Staff
like,
meeting.
that's the staff meeting. Okay.
Staff meeting. I'm gonna find out. I know it's you, Mr. Thomas. I see the crumbs on your face.
So I agree. That's a total diss or a kiss, I guess, depending on your perspective
However
of
you
it.
feel about it.
The how you're going to handle it piece. It could be a kiss. But yeah, we not running with that. And I'm not I'm grown just like you grown. We don't have to go and run the HR and ooh he did it. Ooh mommy and you. We ain't doing none of that. We gonna handle it like adults and I'm gonna
Yes, we
confront you
are.
about it since you wanted to eat my food and that's it.
And that's gonna be $10.99, sir. We're not eating my food for free. You're gonna pay me for that. Since you enjoying my meal, you're gonna run me my coin. Thank you.
And PJ said, they got to run her coins back because food is not free.
Nor cheap. Not up in the U.S. Nuh-uh.
It's not free and it's definitely not cheap by any means. Okay. So I think we both agreed on that one for sure. Yeah, I'm nobody's playing games with all of that.
No.
All right. So now let's get into some dating and dinner disasters.
Oh, you trying to get me in trouble?
PJ said, I'm trying to get her in trouble, y'all. I am not trying to get anybody in trouble. It just so happens that we were talking prior to the show, and some of these things are falling in alignment. I'm just saying.
Right. It happens. I like that a lot too.
So here we go. And again, please feel free to join. Put your information, your answers in the comments. I'm checking it out. I'm checking it out on every end. And so definitely going to get it up here. All right. Segment 2, like I said, dating and dinner disasters. Here we go. So you're out on your date. The guy is sweet. He's cool. The conversation is flowing. The bill comes. He picks it up. About $100. Let's say we ain't gonna go too crazy, right? And bro leaves a $3 tip. Is that a kiss for the vibes or a diss for the disrespect to the server?
I'm gonna say a kiss because he probably spent all the money on it. He probably miscalculated how much the dinner was gonna cost. It was like I had a $10 tip, but this came up to be you had to order that extra set of potatoes. That's where the tip went. So I'll probably just throw a little bit on the table for the tip and thank him for paying $100 for the dinner. I wouldn't be quick to judge if I'm just now getting to know you.
Got you. So PJ is given the benefit of the doubt. She's not going to be quick to judge. So she said, hey, you ordered that extra side of potatoes. Brother probably came prepared for all of that. Then you threw in that little extra that knocked it up to 100. So, he putting in what he can. She'll just add in the rest of it to balance it out. And, go with the flow. We're going to keep
I'm not vain. I'm not vain like that.
So she says she not vain. Now, I, on the other hand, I'm not seeing it as vanity. However, because I got to be respectful. Like folks that's handling my food, I ain't trying to play games because I'm extra.
But that's why I said I would put the little tip in. I would put the little tip in so that I'm still respecting the staff. We doing this together. That's
So
all.
she said we doing it together because he's still respecting the staff. She just gonna kick in that extra to bump it up to where we know it should be, and then keep it popping. But we definitely, for me, I'm gonna still be mindful of how often this is happening.
Right now, if it happened again, now the second date, I'm gonna order them extra side of potatoes. So you better bring $150 with you. I'm gonna say something next time.
She said date number 2, if it happens again, then she gonna say something because now you know that extra side is being ordered. So you got to come prepared. I think that's fair enough. Like I said, I'm gonna diss it because I'm like I'm a math teacher. Like, nah, bro, you should have pre-calculated
Come
$3
prepared.
slap in the face. Like, come on. Now, if you say something, now if you just do it and you ain't even say nothing about it, now if you say, like you said, okay, if you say, hey, I thought I was gonna have a little,
Yeah.
okay, that's a little different because at least you own it up to the fact that you realize, like, okay, this is short.
See, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna be like, that's all you gonna leave for the tip? That's all you got? That's all you got for the tip? Okay. You all right? You need some help? I'm gonna ask.
Is that all you got? You sure? Because I
You
can
need me
put
to
in.
put in? I can put a
I
little
can
put in.
do a little something.
Don't do
Yeah.
this again now.
I agree. I'll put in, especially if you picked up the tab. I will put in, and you short on the tip. I'll put in. But again, I'm watching.
Don't do it again now.
PJ said, "Don't do it again." I'm watching. That's all I got to say about that. All right, segment 3 is titled "Educated But."
Are you talking about me now? You keep talking about me.
Girl, if it's talking about you, it's talking about me. We gonna get into it. So here we go. Let's see. I got 2 good ones here. I'm trying to see which one I'm gonna go with. Okay, I'm gonna run with number 1. So on a first date, right? And he's pretty much just listing his job titles like he's applying for your heart. So, for example, they gave me the example of I'm a 3-time award winning regional strategist with a minor in
This,
leadership presence.
this, this. What you overcompensating for? What you overcompensating for? I don't care about your resume. Who are you as a person? You could be the head of the CEO of and the founder and co-owner, but you could also be one of them psycho dudes that won't let me leave the house and keep me barefoot and pregnant. I'm straight.
Said you could be psycho, right? Or you could just be highly educated, but I'm gonna need to see your personality. So what we hiding behind, I'm not here to date your resume.
No,
So,
this.
big diss for no personality.
No personality.
No kiss for ambition. Come on, y'all.
I
Somebody
mean,
give me a kiss.
I've been around those kind of dudes, and those kind of dudes always compensating. They always trying to compensate.
So
They got
PJ
them
said there's
syndromes,
always some level of overcompensation
and
right
it's
there.
too
When
much.
they
You know, they
that resume. I agree. It's too much. It is.
too
You are
much.
right. It is
I mean, you could tell me what you do. Oh, well, this is my career, but then let's move on, sir.
right.
You know.
She said, "Tell me what you do and move on." Again, I agree. I know y'all in Facebook like, "Well, why you?" So I'm gonna answer the next one first because I know they looking at me like you just keep repeating what she said. Listen, I'm repeating it, but I also agree. But I throw a
Let them
little
know they can always go on YouTube and look at the whole version after the replay.
YouTube. But listen, no discrimination. Come on over, and we can do it there too, right? So please, Empower Voices Network on YouTube. Come on and get with us. That's where we both are right now. Because technology is cool till it's not.
Tell it's not. Oh my lord.
All right. So segment 4. I thought it was 4. It was 3 or 4. All right. So hair scenarios. That's been my life. All right. So I like this one because this actually kind of aligns to what I see sometimes happen in my classroom with my students. Hey, Tandaleo, thank you so much for joining. Um, yeah. So, but I'm gonna put it in the adult realm. So, a coworker or stranger. For me, they can be one and the same, but I'm gonna continue. A coworker or stranger asks, "Can I touch your hair?" And before you answer, they do it anyway.
Go on, answer first.
Kiss them with grace, or do we diss and swing that neck? So, won't go ahead, please. To put in your chat. You can even put it in the comments with us out there on YouTube. My
Come
Facebook.
on now, let's see what y'all got to say, YouTube family.
Go. Here we go. You don't touch my hair. Unless I have invited you to do so without my permission, because some people do this. They get it mistaken that because they have asked a question, the
Mm-hmm.
ask in of itself is an answer
Permission.
that's permission. It is
Mm-mm.
not. It's a
Mm-mm.
question that
Mm-mm.
precedes any permission or non-permissible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you ask the question, you wait for the answer.
You
So
wait.
if you waited for the answer,
You
then
got told
you
no.
know that I did not want you to do it, and I
Mm-mm.
did, and I'm gonna say it with my whole chest. Now, the fact that you went ahead and thought
Just
that your
just touch
question
it.
meant yes, now we got issues because these are my boundaries. This is my
Mm-hmm.
personal space. I'm gonna need you to
Mm-hmm.
respect all of it.
COVID
I'm
is real.
COVID is real. And I'm gonna say this: I'm not one of those people who feel like if you're of a different culture, especially if you're a white person or what have you, like you
I
have no
don't care.
reason to. I because you know
I
what?
don't care.
If I can do it in that whole like we can discuss and I can touch your hair and you can and we can have that. I'm cool with that. I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how you learn, right? And if
Yes.
you're curious, you curious. I mean, and you're not gonna know if you don't ask. But
Right.
again, your
Wait for the
ask
answer.
is not an answer.
Right. Wait for the answer. Wait for the answer. Because you nice. You said a head snap back. You might get that hand pop. Like, hold on, sir. Excuse me, ma'am. You don't know me.
So PJ said I was being too nice. I said a head snap. She's like, yeah, you might get popped. Uh,
You don't do that. And I agree. If you say, "Hey, can I touch your hair?" and I'll be like, "I was kind of curious about yours too," and we do it
right.
together mutually, that's
Do it
one thing. But
together.
if you say, can I grab you? And I see you, and if I even see you reaching as you asking, I might put my hand in your face and tell you, "No, sir." You might get that hand in the face. Don't get mush face trying to touch me. I've had that happen to me so many times,
So
especially
PJ
when I
said
first had my hair braided.
her. She's had it happen to her.
So
Where
many times.
touch without asking, and she have to that mush
Mm,
face.
Mush,
She
please
said,
don't touch boundaries. I don't know where your hands has been. That you could be digging in your nose and your booty. I don't know what you were just doing with your fingers a minute ago. Don't touch me.
she said, I don't know where your hands have been, so I'm not
That go
trusting.
back to the food question. That go back to the food question. You had your hand in my food. I don't know where you. I mean, people just violating that work. What company is this? Because I don't want to work there.
Just going back to the food question that we started with, she said, I need to know what company that is because I can't work there.
And people up there got boundary issues for real.
Now, you know what? I have quite a few more, but I want to make sure we're respectful of time as well. I'm going to run this last one and I'm going to keep this one in the hair scenario segment. Here's this one where someone, and this can be work or not, right? Someone tells you, you'd be so pretty if you straightened your hair.
Oh.
You'd be so pretty if
Mm-mm.
you straightened your hair.
Mm-mm.
So, yeah, go ahead, give us in those comments, give us
Come
what
on.
you're
Come
thinking.
on. Let's see what y'all thinking.
Kiss or diss tonight, kiss or diss. You'd be so pretty if you straightened your hair. Kiss or a diss.
You
And
already
that
know.
for me, I know, that is a full diss with all of your coconut oil energy. Okay.
Right. You let your grandma burn your neck. Okay.
PJ said, right. Let your grandma burn your neck. Oh my God. So, those of you joining who have just come on, perhaps, or shortly in Facebook, you guys are just seeing me. We were having some technical difficulties. So, my girl PJ is actually on with me. So, I know it's on your end. I might be looking a little crazy, but I really am on. You can definitely feel free to switch over to YouTube, to the Empowering Voices Network. You will see us both on there, right? And you'll definitely, but because we had some tech issues that were not trying to play nice, so on
No.
Facebook you're seeing just me. So that's why, sometimes you're watching and I'm just laughing because she going in, and and I know for our YouTube friends, you're hearing it. Why is she repeating it? So that's why. So we're on to the two. I promise y'all, we got this together. We got this together. All right, PJ. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just
Oh no,
wanted to.
you're fine. No, you already heard my answer. Because at the end of the day, like you would be so much prettier if you stop judging me based on how I look and worry about how you look. Don't come for me because I come
That?
back. I
How
come
about that?
back.
So PJ says she gives the clap back. You'd be so much prettier if you stop judging me and mind yours.
I thought you was pretty till you opened your mouth.
Yeah, that one thought you was pretty till you opened your mouth. So, all right, yeah. So I definitely had to put that one out there because yeah, that's been pretty
You
interesting.
see, I have dreads. My hair ain't getting straight. This is
See,
what it is.
PJ says she got dreads, and it is what it is. They ain't getting straight. Now, I was gonna let this one slide. I'm gonna give in one more, and then we're gonna wrap up for the evening because it falls in line with that, right? At least for me. Let me put it this way. So we're going back to the workplace, right? The cubicle
Ooh, this
chronicles.
horrible job.
And now I have had not this exactly, but it was something akin to this happen when I started working years ago. I was working in investment banking. And so here it is. This one in this scenario is you're so articulate for someone from your background.
Mm, Lord, you trying to raise my blood pressure?
She said, I'm trying to raise her blood pressure, y'all.
No.
I'm not trying to take you out, but I actually the one that came to me was because I if you don't know, and this not I'm not trying to flex because it just won't make sense unless you understand it. Again, I was working in as an investment banker analyst. So, we straight out of college. And so everybody in the pool that's coming in at the analyst level has just come out of college. So you got everybody from everywhere, all walks of life. But again, we talk about investment banking. So you got a lot of the Ivy Leaguers and a lot
Mm,
of WIs. And here I am from Howard University, right? Now, am I like cowering down to that? Absolutely not, because I feel like you trying to match up to me, but that's a whole other
mhm.
situation. And so I got, and they knew all of this, right? They had their sheets on all of us, and mine was something to the effect of, well, yeah, like when it came time for our bonuses, and it was like, yeah, you're doing pretty well for someone from a liberal arts school. Uh,
Mm. Oh, you trying to come for me? You trying to come for
like
me?
I got a full BBA in finance. What are you talking about? Because you didn't say that to them Wharton kids. You didn't say that to them Harvard kids. You didn't
No.
say that to those Yale kids, and a lot of them in investment banking. No, and that's no slap in the face to those who have it. But they did come. They had a bachelor's degree in something that just got them out of school, like it was in business. And so, yeah.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, similar, like I said, wasn't the exact same comment, but it was a similar
It was
situation.
the same comment.
You're articulate for someone from your background. All right, PJ, what you got? Because that's this.
I mean, that's something that I have been dealing with my entire life, honestly. I have
Mm.
been on the phone with people, they'd be like, "You're black?"
No,
Yes.
she
Oh my
says
God, I could never tell by the way you speak.
like you're black.
So I've been getting, I mean, honestly, it comes from black, other black people. They don't understand. I lived in the Midwest for a while, and a lot of people like I could tell you're not from here because you don't talk like a black girl woman, and I'm just like how do black people speak? You know, what color is the language that I'm supposed to be speaking? Because I didn't know language had a color. I thought language
Right.
was pronunciation, things that you learn in
Right.
school.
Language
So
is
I
not a color.
no,
Absolutely.
and I have had to say that for years, like for years. I've gotten called Oreos, wannabes. Oh yes, 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 because I pronunciate, I speak proper English, and I teach my children how to speak proper English. And my daughters
Mhm.
had to go to your black cards revoked because I don't
Mhm.
say yo, what's up? Even though I can get ghetto now. You know that, Cassandra. I can get ghetto if I need to be ghetto. But if I'm in a business meeting, there's no
Wait,
need
let me
to.
say this. For Facebook, PJ says she can code switch. Okay.
I can. I
And I'm laughing.
can.
That's not exactly what she said, but that's what.
If I need to,
Wow,
if I
laughing.
need to, I will. We just had that conversation. As a matter of fact, the conversation that we were having before, the reason why everyone thought it was okay to do those things to me was because of the way I spoke. But then when I started to come down to their level, because that's the thing, you want me to come down to your level instead of you bringing yourself up to mine. Why is it that you're so surprised that a person that looks like me can sound like a person that is educated? Maybe because I am educated, and obviously you're showing how uneducated you are because you think that people like us cannot speak properly.
That whole
Oh my
speaking
goodness.
and
Liberal arts. They just
speaking.
don't understand. Our parents beat pronunciality into us more than they know. You're not gonna go out here and have these
And
people
just say
thinking you don't know
things
how to
any
speak.
kind of way and thinking people that you're not educated. And so absolutely, like, and there's nothing wrong with it. And
Mm-mm.
you're not an Oreo, you're not a sellout,
I'm not sure
and
not.
there is a whole luxury to
They'll
know.
learn not to say that to my face when I start telling them you were cute till you opened your mouth. Is that hood enough for you? You want me to be more hood? I can get more hood now. You better leave. Let me be who I'm trying to be.
She said, if you want to open that hood can, we can. But once you let it out, you gonna wish you had left it alone.
Because it don't shut. Once it's open, it don't shut.
Once the genie is out the bottle, that's it.
That's it. That's it.
So, guys, thank you for joining us this evening. I
Mwah.
have more, but again, I do want to be respectful of your time as well. Like I said, every last Thursday of the month, like I said, the rest of the month is heavy, right? Because we're talking about real topics. We're talking about our lives, and the lives that we're here to say, hey, you're not alone, right? You're not
Mhm.
out here. You're not doing it by yourself. We're not perfect. We may have come through certain situations, but it doesn't mean that life is not still life in and that it's not bringing more to the forefront. And we all know the more you try to advance, then the more testing that comes your way. So
Yes.
we are here, it's not to present ourselves as though we are above and beyond. We are absolutely not. We are two women, just like any other two women who are here, but we have a mission for those who are surviving and ready to thrive, right? And even if you surviving and not even at that point of thinking about thriving, believe me, sis, believe me, bro, you are, right? Because survival in and of itself has a level of thrive to it. And then you just kind of work your way through different levels. You just got to get through. And so you do what you can, you do what you know, and we're here to help and to support in as much as we can to help you just not only get through where you are, but to push and elevate and go beyond it because you are definitely not meant to just be in survival mode. I don't
No.
think any of us are here for that, right? And so essentially, that's what we're here for. So all of that being said is a good segue. We need sponsorship support
Sponsors.
in order for us to keep this going. PJ does a phenomenal, phenomenal job of putting together many virtual events, you guys. She's done Rise and Thrive. She's done Fearless and Flourishing. She was so gracious enough to allow us to join her. And when I say us, that was me and my co-host on our podcast of Open Letters to a Survivor. We came on to those virtual events as co-host. And it was a phenomenal event. Lots to learn, lots of connections. And so, with all of that being said, she has more on the horizon. And when I say more, I mean much more. So there are events all summer, running all the
All
way up
summer,
to
all till next
fall.
year.
So she has it all laid out and everything is coming out. And so with all of that, right, these things you need lots of resources to get these things out, even in the virtual space, right? So let alone as we talk about moving things into kind of real time and real world, you still have a lot that happens behind the scenes virtually. And so while you might be attending for free or something like that, it's not free, right? And
Not
so
at all.
we want to make sure that the work that we're doing gets the elegance that it deserves as well, right? So it's time to break the silence and spark change. So this month we are calling in partners ready to do more than talk. They're ready to transform lives. And by sponsoring the Empowered Voices Finding Strength in Survivors platform, you're joining a movement that uplifts, equips, and amplifies survivors through podcasts, virtual programs, and signature events, again, like Rise and Thrive and Fearless and Flourishing and more. Right? Interested sponsors, please visit our link. If we are we scrolling that link, PJ,
It is
today?
not because technical difficulties. I forgot to put the link on there. I'm just gonna be honest. I forgot.
No problem. And if you're on Facebook, though, I do have it pinned in the comment section. So if you would like to be a sponsor, you have additional comments, questions, go to that link. There's lots of information there about the various sponsorship packages, the purpose behind the work that we're doing, all types of things there. Because ultimately, we want to make sure that we are able to create a legacy of healing together, right? And so that is our purpose in simplest form. So
There we go.
please go ahead. Okay, we got it up.
We
Awesome.
got it.
And so you'll see it at the bottom of the scroll here on YouTube. Again, you'll see it on Facebook as well. At the bottom, the bit.ly link that empowers sponsorship opportunities. Please go there, read the information that you need, click in. You'll see everything is laid out there. We're asking for your support. Okay. All right. So thank you so much, PJ. A
Thank
blessed
you.
days as always. Very much for everyone joining this evening. So glad that you were able to take the time out to come and tonight just to let loose and laugh a little bit. All right, so we will see you again. My name is Cassandra Williams, aka Coach Kiss, mwah, and I'll see you again next Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, same back time, same back station. Listen, you please continue to elevate as you move along your healing journey. And until next week, have a good one.
Bye.